to all. I'd like to welcome you on our mediation session. And first of all, I'm glad that you choose to settle down your situation by mediation. Before we're gonna start, I'd like to explain a little bit what's going to happen and what some of our rules about the communication. So I'm a mediator, so please call me Michal or Mr. Mediator. How should I call you and how you call each other, please?
You can call me Stefan.
Stefan, okay.
Yeah. I'm Philip.
You are Philip, okay. And how you name each other?
Just by his name.
Yeah, or my brother.
Okay.
He's my brother.
Great. Principle of mediation. First of all, I'm independent. I don't know any of you at all. I'm not a friend or some financial connection with you. And also defines me as a role. I'm not here to judge and just providing you dialogue between you to settle down your best possible agreement. Is that right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, so also this process is voluntary, so if you don't feel that it's going to work for you or you have some other issues, just don't be afraid to tell me and we can terminate or do something more about it. So it's strictly confidential from my side. Any kind of information is going to be said there is staying there, even though that I make some notes during the session, I then shred them. Well, so far about the principles, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, great. Also, it's very handle that some rules about the communication. It may happen that you want to react immediately. What's your partner gonna say? So please don't disturb. Just write down the notes, and you have plenty of time to tell what you want.
Right.
Okay, is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, turn off your mobile phone. We settle down it for 1 hour, please. Does it work, or do you need? If we're gonna make a break, but
yep.
Well, for successful and effectual communication, it is okay.
Yep.
Stefan, okay, perfect, nice. So far we have a 1 hour. Can be longer if you need it. Also, the payment is 200 euros per hour, but split by 2. So after the session, I am going to charge you 100 euros each of you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fine. Perfect.
That's what we agreed upon.
Okay, nice. So now we are ready. It's tradition that the party starting who asked for mediation, and I think I write down that is Stepan. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell me what's going on and why you are coming here?
So me and my brother, we haven't really been in contact for
nice.
a couple of months, maybe years. Not really sure. Haven't
Years.
kept count. And it has happened that our grandma is our mother is dying. Right, and
sorry about that.
It's difficult because Philip doesn't really feel like sharing the money that she wanted to leave us, you know.
Okay.
So it's and I need it for my business, and he didn't really want to talk about it. So I wanted to reach out to you.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for sharing, and feel sorry about that. That your mother is in bad condition. So you said that you are a businessman, and now that in situation about your health of your mom, I want to settle down and talk about it with your brother.
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot. It's your time, Philip. Can you tell us why are you here and what you want to talk about?
You know, I think it's decent to at least discuss the situation, but of course it's much more emotional on my side because I am in contact with my mother quite frequently, and this whole process has been quite hard on me. the reason why I don't want to talk about this right now is because it's a sensitive situation. Uh, I've been taking care of our mother for countless months, years, since we essentially stopped talking, and he wasn't really there. So currently, I am in a situation where, if I am to sell, my mom, it's in a critical condition. She's expected to live out her days. Yeah, it's we are all kind of trying to deal with it, but she's come of age, so.
How old is your mother?
She's 86. Yeah.
I would just like to say that I couldn't really take care of my mother because I was working from far away, but I kept in touch. We called every week, So
Yeah.
so
But you weren't there, for the hands down work, just taking care of business. It's important, of course.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing, guys. I'd like to sum up you, Philip. So you are now taking care about your mom. Your mom is in quite serious condition, and you quite feel sad, or both of you quite feel about that. And now we want to settle down also what's going to happen in next few days, months. So what's the issue about the money and time, if I understand it correctly?
The situation is that our mom, owns quite a sizable house, property along with the house, and essentially.
Sorry, I stop you, Philip. Stepan, can we please just turn off the phone? It's really disturbing the session.
Yeah, I'm not taking this seriously, man.
So, I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot. Okay, please continue, Philip.
Kind of lost my line here, man. See, this is exactly Mr. Businessman, always checking his phone, always calling, but.
Yeah, you would know.
Yeah. Okay, so the situation is that she has a house and a property that, technically the house, I built it. I built it with my wife. We've been living, sharing the property with her for the past 20 years. So, we've been taking care of her there, living there with her. We built the house, but the property is hers. And now we are not sure what to do because the property is quite expensive to manage. And we're thinking of selling perhaps, once my mom passes away. And she's in no condition to write a will right now or, to decide on her own because she unfortunately hasn't done that. So now it's essentially anyone's game. But we built a house. The property is my mom's, but I don't want to sell right now. Yeah, I don't want to sell. And if I were to sell, it would need to be under certain conditions because, it's not all about the money. We just want comfort, and this has all just been very tough on us.
What do you want to do with it, though?
Okay. Thanks a lot, Finite. So another topic about your situation is some house that is owned by your mom legally and some property.
Legally, yes.
Yeah, and you live there with your wife.
Yes, and we also helped build it. So it's technically it was always under my mom's name because it was the property. But we built it.
Okay, thanks a lot. You were writing down something, Stefan, and you start talking.
You live there with your wife. That's great. It's but
please talk to me that I want to understand.
Right. So he lives there with his wife, which is great. But it's I do not understand why they need it. It's too big for them. It's sure they build it. I build it as well. I've also had some back 20 years. I also had I helped out.
Yeah, helped out. How much did you help out? How much did you help out?
Okay,
most of
I'm sorry for now, Stepan. If you want to write down the notes, please. Doesn't really effective to talk across each other. So please.
I gotta admit, I did not do as much as my brother did. His wife back then, he was his girlfriend. She actually just I don't remember her doing anything really. So just wanted to point that out.
Okay. Okay.
And so I don't understand why.
You were talking
Yeah,
about the situation.
I was just mentioning. Sorry, I was just mentioning that 20 years ago, when
20 years
the
ago.
house was built, him and his now so-called wife.
Okay.
That's a different conversation. Sorry. Him and his wife back then were only dating, right? She had,
Okay.
as
Okay.
far as I know, she had almost none, maybe just a little. She participated just like the least amount. She didn't participate at, like, I don't remember her participating.
Why do you keep on slandering my wife, man? What the hell? What is this?
Well, that's how I'm getting to the point. The point is that you're keeping the house. You're trying to, obviously they are trying to keep the house after my mom will pass, which is heartbreaking. It's terrible. I'm not happy about it myself, but I don't understand why the only thing that is gonna stay after my mom, why they should have it, why they should have the
Okay.
full power over the house. I just don't understand. It's I feel like they're not even capable of communicating with me, like trying to figure out what I would like as well. I definitely do not think that I have the what it's called. That I should have the same. Okay, sorry, never mind. That's a different thought.
Okay, no problem. You have plenty of time to say what you want. Well, so you feel quite anxious, or
I feel anxious just because they don't. I feel like they don't need the house. I feel like they don't need the house. I feel like that they, if we were to sell it, right, we would split the money. That's how I see it. We would split the money, where I would understand if they kept the bigger part. The money that would go to me, I feel like I would really. It would be useful. It would be useful for, yes, my business right now. It would be useful for my business, and I would.
Can I chime in, or?
Yeah, sure. Just you have plenty of time, so still want to say something more, or I see that Philip write something like a couple of things, and he want to talk. So
right, yeah. Sorry, I got carried away. I'm sorry.
yeah, so you're quite anxious and sad about that situation.
Yeah, I'm sad about it, and I just don't understand. As I said, like, I wasn't like in conflict with my mother. I love my mom. I love my mom the same way Philip does.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't take care of her as much, but I feel like that's just his way of getting into getting the whole house.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. So Philip, you were writing down some couple of information. So please share with me.
It's just that technically speaking, there's a couple of technicalities I would like to bring forward that he's saying that are just not true. But second of all, this is exactly the type of talking down, slandering, insulting my wife. Who cares that she was my girlfriend at the time? She was obviously part of the family and everything.
Okay.
And she was obviously much more involved than you were. So the thing is that when we were building the house 20 years ago, Stefan was already in a position where he was capable of making money. I wasn't. But he gave us a loan, and technically he paid for part of the roof and some accessories around the house, which were important at the time, of course. But first of all, I paid the loan back, and second of all, the parts of the house, that he invested in back then have already been, repaired. It's 20 years. The house needs constant attention, and it was partially from us. Some investments from him, but not nearly enough to consider them palpable or important for the whole process we're talking about right now, and some, of course, from my mom's retirement money, and she was working at the end, so from her working, but it's just unbelievable that he would speak down to me like this after all I've been doing for her in the past months, saying I crawled to her. Would you say some it's just I don't like this tone. This is exactly like that's why I think we need a second person, because I can't handle this tone whenever he talks down to me. But the thing is, keep the house. We build the house, and all he cares about right now is money. If we had the money, to pay him out or give it to him, we would. But then again, we don't. And if we had some, it would be, it would go directly to my wife. That he's slandered here is actually quite sick, and the whole situation around her is that she has a chronic disease. It's not. Not that terrible, but she needs constant attention, doctor visits, pills. Most of it is not funded by insurance. So if there was any money that we could give him, to deal with this, then it would be, we would use it for my wife's health, because I'm sorry, but you have a lot of money. You don't need the money. You're just being greedy right now, and I'm not sure I want to sell the house, as I said, I'm not sure what we want to do, and my mother hasn't passed yet, and we're already dealing with this. It's a little too rushed for me, to be taking all of this in, so that's it.
Okay, thanks a lot. So you were writing, just sum it up a little bit, so we were talking about a little bit feel disrespected by the situation, and you want to talk about it also, but you really want to share the info about the house and how you feel about it. So Stefan, you want to say something on as a reaction about that?
Okay, I'm sorry if it seemed that I was against your wife. Maybe I got carried away. I'm sorry for that, but what I was trying to say is that at the time of the house being built, you guys were just dating, right? I understand that you been living there since you got married, together with my mother, taking care of her. That's very nice of you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. But I'm talking about the house, not about the connections. I'm talking about the house, the physical thing, the house, right? Our family built it, and as you said, yes, I gave you a loan, which you say that you paid. It's been 3/4. Legalities, sure, whatever, doesn't matter. Just pointing it out. 3/4. You pay 3/4, which is okay.
Okay. Stefan, please talk much to me, because
sorry.
I really want to understand.
He paid 3/4 of the loan. At the time being.
It's a lot.
Which I overlooked that. That's okay with me.
Fine by you.
It's fine by me. I don't think I really need the money anyway. Yes, I did make a lot of money back then, but that was a one-time thing. That's when my business grew. And my business hasn't been doing well for the past 5 years. It actually is kind of plummeting right now. It's not on its best track. It's just not going so well. And I have a family of my own, which I need to take care of. I have a baby on the way, and I am very, very anxious about how I'm going to take care of it. Where it's going to go to school. Philip doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have any kids. I understand the fact that his wife is dying. His wife is dying. His wife is His wife is very sick, and it's.
We heard something. Well, yeah.
It's and I right now what I would. I should have said this at the start.
Okay. Well, Stefan, stop you for a while, and I like to sum it up on the whiteboard that you were talking mostly about two main topics. First is your mother and her health, and the situation is going to be settled down quite soon in very short time. So if I may, I write it down as a topic. And the second is second is house. Can I also write it down, or should we wait until we talk much more about the mother and the situation?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think considering the fact that my mom lived in that house her entire life and it's associated with it, I think it's tied to the topic of my mother, I guess.
Okay, so I put plus.
Yeah.
So do you agree that the mother is quite most important topic that we supposed to talk about right now, or we should? Because I'd like to ask much more about that. Or we can talk much more about your situation in general, but
I think it's important to talk about our situation because essentially what he's trying to make me do is sell the house, right? So the fact is that selling the house is not an option right now for me. And as he mentioned, I didn't really want to talk about it too much, but yes, my wife, she is sick. She's not dying, but she's chronically sick. So that's also one of the reasons why we don't have kids. So that's a very sore topic. And as I said, once again, this is shooting, underneath the belt. It's not this is not helpful way of communicating. But yes, it's about the house. It's about our mother passing, and it's about him wanting the money. I don't know.
okay. So can you tell me what's the actual situation of your mom? So she's living in the house.
She's currently hospitalized.
Hospitalized.
She's
Okay.
she's expected. Well, she has stage 4 cancer, and it's now getting better. And the doctors essentially said that we should say our goodbyes, and we did. Even he did, but yeah. So that's why we're discussing, because our mother never left a will, and. I didn't want to talk about this. I didn't want to bring it up or anything, but it's my brother's initiative. So I guess it's his situation.
So it's how long actually? I forgot to ask. How long you didn't see each other? So you are living abroad. We are now in Washington D.C. and you live.
I travel around the world. My mainstay is in Prague, but
Okay.
but I travel around the world.
It's been 7 months. 7 months since he's even showed up, and it's convenient because that's our mom. Like, she was diagnosed roughly a year ago, but at least at first we thought she is old, but perhaps it's treatable somehow. But then it spread, so it's been in this sort of dim situation for the past like 4 months or so.
Okay.
Yeah. So and now he just shows up, just back.
Okay. You were communicating somehow during these 7 months. So
Not directly, through our mom.
So you calling your mom and she said something like your brother says hi.
Yeah.
Okay, and now like a week or 2 weeks ago, I don't know, it's how far you met in person.
I think it was like 10 days ago now.
10 days ago. Okay.
Does it matter? Really?
I just
No,
want
but,
to want to
sorry,
know how to settle down the picture. So like
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what's your like future plan about the mom situation? Do you think about it?
What do you
Together, or you have no or how does it look like?
Well, since
Then
like
just,
we never really, my brother, we never really like hung out. We never really talked that much because we're just two different people, right?
okay.
Which I think it's okay. It's It's not mandatory to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. But I think that I have the right for what's left of my mother. You know, if I can say this, like this. And he has his rights, which is nice as well.
Okay.
But
okay.
we haven't really talked about what's gonna happen after she dies. Sorry, what was the question again?
Well, I'm just curious if you were have a like opportunity to talk about the situation with your mom in like very next few weeks.
Can I chime in? Just
Yeah.
to add, I'm not going to conflict with what
Yeah,
he's saying.
sure.
It's as he said. It's we don't really talk on this stuff, and he, thought mediation would be a good idea, considering that, as I said, as I suggested earlier, whenever we get talking about anything, it gets emotional very quickly.
Okay.
So we don't really have the option to talk that much.
Okay.
He always brings in my wife, and it's like she wasn't your wife. What he said earlier, and it gets me really riled up. So we didn't have the option to really talk about it. But it's my understanding that he wants me to sell the house. He wants us to sell the house even prior to my mom dying.
Okay.
Just so.
Because I don't understand why. I don't understand why they. What's the?
Stefan, so as Philip, give him the space.
Oh,
You
sorry.
write down, please, what you want to say, and
Yeah.
so Philip, continue.
Yeah, he wants us to. At least I think that's what he said. As I said, it wasn't very clear because we weren't communicating that much. But he wants us to sell the house, and it's just been too fast. I'm not even that opposed to the idea of selling the house. He keeps on calling us, greedy and just wanting to keep the house and just wanting to cut him out and all this business lingo. It's like it's
Okay.
clear that he's like completely obsessed with his business world because. Just like it's been a little too quick for me, and it feels super greedy considering. I don't know, like yeah, he calls my mom, but was he there for her truly? To take care of her. He did invest into the house initially, but it wasn't for the entirety of the house. And
Okay.
yes, he said that, as I said, there was a loan, and I guess I didn't repay the whole thing, but that's
Okay,
been forgiven. That's been let out. That's the loan was 15 years ago when the house was getting like the major renovations, like the roof and stuff like that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that he's been doing the taking care of the house, building the house itself. My mom used to live at the property that was like a little old shack essentially, and she lived there for a long time. So the initiative, the building of the house, the actual, brass tasks of getting down and actually being there, taking care of the whole process. He lent us the money. That's true, and the money was useful at the time. But to say that he has the right to the house, maybe to the property. I think the property. But I'm not sure I want to sell, or we want to sell, or what the situation is gonna be like.
It's like I still don't. I'm sorry. I still don't understand.
Like Philip, if you end, well,
Yeah.
just,
So,
okay. Thanks a lot for sharing a little bit more information. Can you please?
Yes.
About the situation of your mom and between you and the house. Stepan, please.
Just wanna step in real quick.
Yeah.
My mom, she is in no condition to decide about what's gonna happen with the house. That's why we're here discussing it, right?
Okay.
And I don't understand why he should have the full power over it. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why it doesn't matter that he lived there. It's like I feel like it's the.
What do you mean by the full power?
The decision making over the future of the house, of the property. Without
Okay.
even trying to like reach out. Without I feel that's exactly what I feel like. He didn't even want to like really communicate with me. It's like it's yeah. He keeps on like saying that he sees me as this like a greedy business person, and somebody who didn't take care of his mother, which I'm sorry, I really could. I didn't have the time. As I said, I called her as much as I could, and
Okay.
really like I, you know,
Well,
it's
yeah,
yeah.
I heard that you take care about your mom, so it's your brother. That's why
Right.
you have really
And I d-
big things in common.
and I understand the fact that they've been living there right now for 20 years or whatever, and it's
Okay.
hard to do these big steps. I understand that, but also I understand it's not very practical for them now, since our mother is not living in the house anymore. She's in the hospital,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It's for two of them, big house. I don't understand. It's not practical for them to live there. It's they could move with the money, if we sold the house, right? They could move somewhere near the city center, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Take the bigger part of the loan, or of the sold property, or sold house. We would split the money, even not evenly. I would be okay with them having more than me,
Okay.
which
Okay.
would be like, which would I feel like they should have more than me. I understand that they've been living there for a longer period of time. They've been
Yeah.
taking care of my mother. It's my mother's property. It's my mother's house. I understand that, but I don't think I should be crossed out of this situation. You know.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the little amount of not little, but the smaller part of the money that we would earn from selling the house would really help me with my business, which I think would spike my business up. I think that's
Okay. Okay.
kind of just what's going in my head right now. You know, that's just what. And I feel like he still doesn't want to see this outcome, this situation as a reality, and I don't understand why. It's just.
Okay. So what?
And sorry, just want to say that I don't think that mentioning anything about your wife is under the belt. I think it's a big part of this conversation. Just putting it out there, you know.
Yeah.
I think all these details they add up, even though it's very very hard to talk about it. I understand that. It's not revolving only around you. It's also I also feel this heat, you know. But just saying, it's not under the belt. It is the reality. It is it. You know.
Okay. So also like kind of summing up, you get the space quickly. So we feel quite missed out about what's going on
Definitely.
about the house and then the situation, to sell, not to sell, how to set it down, also the money, and you are saying that you are quite appreciated what your brother did in the case of your mom, and also in the case of the house itself and the property that he takes care, and you are like admit that he's supposed to have, let's say, more profit about that if his house is going to be sold.
The way the amount of profit, I haven't been thinking about that yet because there was no communication between us.
Okay.
But that's exactly what I would love to get to. You know, maybe like discuss the potential.
Okay.
His potential profit versus mine, and if that would be something to agree upon. You know, it's like find the mid ground. But yeah, that's why I called you. That's why I called you because there is no proper communication with him. It just doesn't work. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. I appreciate the trust about the mediation and me. Okay, thanks a lot, Stefan. Philip, you were writing down a
Yeah.
lot information, so please share it with me.
it's just it's been a lot of things have been said again, and just when I started thinking, that he was thinking positively and trying to maybe tone settle down and stuff, he once again starts attacking my wife. But you keep talking about communication, that you want to communicate, then you say that there's lack of communication, then you don't communicate. It's just what do you really want to do? I think he claims that it's all about communication. It's all about communication. But the only reason why he wants to communicate is to get this small loan for his business, and it's not very useful in this situation, especially when his business. He suggested that it's not doing that well right now. It's not doing well at all. It's
Okay.
it's not good business strategy. Not that I'm a businessman. I wouldn't.
What is your job, anyway?
I work as a retail manager.
Retail manager.
Yeah, it's a stable job, but it pays the bills. But I'm no businessman.
And you're settled down here in Washington.
That's right. Yeah. Been living in the house with my wife and
Like
my mother.
outside of the Washington or somewhere.
In the house. So yeah, that was just outside of the Washington area. Yeah.
Okay.
Just the suburbs, but it's the house obviously has quite a high value, but see, what I don't understand is like communicate. He keeps dropping these little hints. He's all like nice and helpful, but then he says it's something about my wife. It's like he's suggesting my wife is the problem. That's why I want to keep the house or whatever. I want to steal it from him or stuff like that. That's not the case at all. As I said, it's just that I am not ready to necessarily decide it on the spot right now what to do with the house, especially considering the fact that our mother hasn't passed yet. And
Okay.
and I would just like to add one more thing. It's that he keeps on saying that he wants a part of the house for his business, stuff like that. He doesn't really need it. The money. I'm sure the business is struggling, but it's not like he's broke. He has money on the side, so it's essentially he wants some money to fund his failing business. He wants me to sell the house with my sick wife living there. She's not in a condition where she needs to be hospitalized or anything. But as I said, current stress with selling of the house, with dealing with all this stuff. He says he wants to be involved in this, but once again, he would probably initiate the selling and then just leave, do whatever, and hope for the best. I guess that's what he does. And he keeps on saying that that we did live there and stuff, and that he would give us the bigger part. It's odd to suggest that he doesn't say a specific amount. He doesn't say okay, not even. But why would we even consider? Why would you even consider being even when the house is the sizable, the most important or the most pricey aspect of the whole property? The house itself. The property is obviously has some price, but the house itself is the expensive part, and we build that. So. How much are you thinking? What do you want me to do? Sell and then move somewhere with my wife? It's a lot to ask, from somebody who's not been involved, who's been away when it's been just a lot, It's just been a lot, and there isn't any positive results for me. And now he just comes in and adds to this baggage essentially. It's just very hard to deal with.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are both of you really mentioning the situation about the house. So we are talking almost for an hour. So I'd like to sum it up. So you are here your two brothers to meet in person 10 days ago when you meet your very very sick mom and start talking about what's going to happen with the house that Philip lives in with his wife. And you are travel from Prague. Where's your wife with your newborn baby?
It's on the way.
On the way. Oh, okay. And now we want to set up the communication and the situation about the house. So there are some issues about who started building it and who spent and paid the loan. And now you want to talk about the house and what is going to happen in a couple of weeks months some contract. Am I right, or I forgot something like? And there was also issue about Philip's wife.
I think if I may, since it's considering my wife, I think what he's suggesting is that he's stated this before. It's he doesn't really, he never approved of our marriage relationship really. He thinks she's greedy, that she moved in with us, didn't essentially have anything.
Never mentioned that. Never said
yeah,
that.
but not today. But in the past, suggested it. I mean, at least he suggested it. The point is that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's my turn to speak. I think.
Well, yeah. Continue, Philip or Stepan. You were writing some more notes.
I just wrote down 2 notes. Just quick. We can talk about whatever. I just really want to get this out of my system.
Okay.
You mentioned that I attacked your wife multiple times today. I don't think I attacked her that much. Maybe at all. I just, as I said before, I am not going under the belt. I am just stating the details, the facts that you always really love to just push away and not deal with them, which I think is very, very not good for the situation, because it's a big part of the situation, as I mentioned before. And then my second point is I don't understand why Philip should be the one deciding when, and I'm putting emphasis on Philip and when it's okay to start talking about the house. I don't see it's okay, sure, definitely my business, and everything about this and stuff like that. That could be like secondary, whatever. Primary, I would say that's just family and just some sort of well-being. As I said, I have a kid on the way. I'm very I feel anxious. My business is plummeting. It's not great. And I really need to make a stable. I don't know how to say this.
Because your family is coming out, and they want.
I just really want to take care of them,
Yeah.
Sure. Then that's just my number one task right now, and I'm not sure I can do it at the moment with the money I have. I understand that he doesn't have to believe me. I understand that he might think that my business is doing okay, that I have the money. It's not the truth. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really what he thinks about my business. It's my business, right? But I don't understand still.
What's your time schedule about to thinking to get more money and get more stable actually?
Well, see, it's I have some calculations with which if I have a certain amount of money that I could invest into my business. We're trying to grow right now. We have this project, which if it goes well, it will go well, because the market is yeah, it's I don't know how to say this in English. It's just
so say it in Czech. As I understand, you are half Czech, part American.
It's just poptávka.
Demand.
Yeah, there is a demand for what we are bringing to the market, right? And it will boom. I know it will.
Okay.
We have the calculations for it. We just need the money, which we don't have right now, which the business doesn't have. And that would definitely, the outcome of this would definitely support my family. I'm sure of it. And that's my only what's it called? Request, yes. And it makes me anxious when he feels like he's the only one who can decide when it's okay to talk about the future of this house, of this property. It's not about really what's going to happen. I am, when it comes to the worst, I am capable of taking loans from the banks, I know I won't end up on the streets and stuff like that. I know there are different ways to get money. I understand. I'm after all, entrepreneur, I know what to do, or like I know I know how to earn money. It just makes me feel anxious when he feels like he has the right to talk about the house whenever he wants to, and when he feels like it's not okay to talk about the house when I bring it up. You know, it's just I feel like just that's what really bothers me. That he feels like he has the right to talk about it, and I don't.
Okay. So also, as I said, you quite feel missed out about the discussion, or like you have the feeling about the discussion, what to do with the house. Okay, we have a couple more minutes left. But please, Philip, can you react about what your brother says? How you feel about it?
It's not like I'm not willing to talk. I mean, after all, I did agree to come here today. So that's kind of, saying that I don't ever agree to anything. It's just false. But it's fair to say that I haven't, I don't know anything about your business. I don't really, but it's just that, as he said, he can technically take a loan if he came with like a plea. If he started came with like, hey man, I'm in like money troubles, and currently dealing with this. No, that's not how it happened, right? He came, as I said, I've been taking care of our dying mother, my sick wife, and he just came and he was like, I think we should sell the house. And I'm like, what do you mean sell the house? And then this is essentially, he was like, well, why don't you want to talk about it? I'm like, are you crazy? I don't want to talk about it right now. And then he says I'm dismissive, but it's really that I don't think it was the time and place. I am in fact quite I'm not close-minded to the idea of the house being sold. As he said, suggested before, it is big and it is pricey to take care of it. And once my mom passes, I am obviously considering selling it, but I don't think it should be right now, especially because like it's just too much. Like the funeral is going to be happening. The who's going to take care of the selling of the house itself? Is it the right time to sell a house like this just to finance a loan or to finance a business boom? I understand that he might have like an opportunity. I can understand that, even though I don't work in business.
Okay.
But I don't think it's the right option to get the money this way right now. Or I'm not sure, but it's just that it's a lot of work in an already stressful time, and I'm not sure I am currently able to do this, deal with it, and take care of the whole thing as I have many times in the past regarding a lot of these issues.
Okay, thanks a lot. One more time, as I see something you have really in common, that you have some common ideas about the house. That we were talking about the house a lot in last 15 minutes, and what is going to happen with it, and just there's like an issue about the time line of what's going to happen and how, and who is take care about that. Is it right, or like you have I catch what you have in common right now, and we can talk about it, or like you want to talk about something more about another topics that was not mentioned yet, or you have some notes, Stefan? So
I wrote something down, but I don't think it's relevant. I thought about it on second thoughts.
Then if it pops out that you want to talk about it much more in later time, so don't be afraid or don't be shy about that. Okay.
No, it's just these the notes that I just took. It's like they don't matter. It's okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. So can I put on the whiteboard like a timeline, or as a topic that as a common topic that we want to talk about right now in the next hour?
Definitely.
Okay. Okay, thanks a lot. That's it for now, and appreciate you guys.
Nice.